This is Solo Musician Startup, a rebrand of JP Talks Music. It's a look into the mindset of bootstrapping a music project totally solo, and an exercise at self-expression in a world where the common default is a blur of anonymity. This podcast can be your companion on a similar journey, or a reminder that big things are possible with patience and strategy. Enjoy.
I wish to come here and say that I am a man who does not exist for others.
So let's talk about the actual song itself. The working title that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stick with is Our Own Pace. And this boils down to being a love song, really. It's one of those kind of high energy, jump around, summer love type of songs. That's what I was trying to create when I went into creating this song. It's about two people and how they dance to the beat of their own drummer. That's why it's called At Our Own Pace, is because it is a love story about fully feeling love, even when it's not part of such a standard narrative of, wanting to do the picket fence and 2.3 kids and the standard narrative for what the American dream is, because I don't feel like I fit into that. I don't fit neatly into it anyway. It's not really where my heart is, and my partner is similar. We don't feel generally like our most authentic selves in the spaces where that's more of an expectation. The song is kind of meant to be a validation of that path and finding love while you're on that path. It's very easy to feel insecure about everything that you do in your life. When you have a vision that is a bit off the beaten path, it means that your life won't look as successful from the outside as other people's will. And that's just something that you kind of have to deal with. Whether other people are drawing attention to it or not, it's something that is in my head too often, I'm sure. Just feeling self-conscious about trying to take the path of an artist and having faith that, just keep on that path for years and years and years, or decades, really, and have faith that it'll turn into something more than it is now, where it can feel like you're just trying to squeeze it in around the edges of your life as best you can. Kind of having the faith that if you just keep coming to the project, bringing as much as yourself to it as you can, somehow life will find a way to expand those gaps where you have the time to work on it incrementally, but consistently, to the point where hopefully it starts creating enough gaps that you can think of your traditional employment in a more creative way. Perhaps you could take fewer hours per week and use those hours built into your own personal workflow to create art that you're able to monetize, and then focus on growing that little gap as much as you can until, hopefully one day, ideally, decades down the line, you don't need the full-time traditional job anymore. That's the kind of path that I'm on. That's not the standard way to go about doing life, but that's okay. And that's what some of this song is about. It's just about being in love, doing love your own way, doing life your own way, and just owning that. And it's been kind of exhausting, honestly, to get to here. There's been a lot going on at work and a personal life too, doing some traveling, which has been great, but work has also had some stuff happen, and it's just been a very busy time. It's been a very busy time, and you can't always predict when you're scheduling this stuff to actually go in the studio and create it. You can't really predict what kind of state your life is going to be around the time that you're going in. I feel pretty damn worn out, but I'm committed to doing this. I have my plans, and I'm going to go in there. I'm going to nail it. I'm sure I'm going to fucking nail it. This is my life's work. I'm going to give it everything I got. But it is kind of a early reminder of, this isn't always going to feel like sunshine and roses doing this thing. It's a path that I choose to be on just because it's such a beautiful path to be on. It really is, to see your life unfold around your art and have that be the central thesis. But it'll take a lot out of you. It really will. Holding space for the dream. It's hard, but it feels good to know that even when it doesn't feel perfect, that I know that this is where I'm supposed to be. So it's okay if it doesn't feel amazing all the time. I wasn't expecting that. Being on this path isn't salvation for your life. It's not going to make every moment feel holy. It's just to know that you've thought through what your best path forward is and have considered the alternate options and have realized that none of them are going to be interesting to you, and that this is the one, even though while you're on the path, it's not always going to feel good. It's going to be tempting to give up on it, and it's okay to put it down for a little bit, but you've already done the calculation, so you already know that this is what makes sense for you to do.
That's all for this one. I'll catch you again when there's something else worth saying. Please follow Solo Musician Startup on Spotify podcasts and rate it 5 stars. To stay up to date with my journey, as well as follow future music and podcast releases, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube at JP Winters Music. My second single, Our Own Pace, releases summer of 2026 on all platforms. And I'll end with a reminder: be brave enough to look like an idiot going after the things you love. Until next time.